What's up, everybody? Welcome into this edition of Fantasy Chat and Weber Wednesdays here on From the 50. It's FromThe50.com. We're live from the St. Louis, Missouri studios. TJ Weber, Nick Yale on the road. Nick, you're back home in Dallas. Is that right? Hold on, I gotta unmute you. There you are. What's going on, Nick?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, back home in Dallas. Just fresh off first round win at the Prize Picks World Championship this weekend.
Very nice, very nice. Congratulations to you guys.
So, booked with Trent and team on to round 2. Very excited about that. But yeah, back in town until I come to St. Louis for Thanksgiving. So nice to be home.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, how did you guys come to fruition with that whole thing going on? Like, I saw Prize Picks had some kind of contest, and I mean, there's big time guys like Steve Will Do It, and like all the Nelk guys, and I mean, who was it? Sugar Sean O'Malley was in it too.
Yep, Sugar Sean was there.
Pretty wild.
Drewski was there.
Drewski was too? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Drewski, Desi Banks, Sugar Sean, Overtime Megan. Trying to think who else. Funny Marco, if you've seen him from some of the interviews that he's been doing. Just did one with Kevin Hart. Yeah, like a lot of top guys. Waka Flocka Flame was there. Meek Mill was there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was an all-star crew.
Look at these booking sports guys, man. I mean, like they're not. It's no joke. Like, I know that they've hit a good level. Like Trent especially has hit a monster level. But I mean, if you didn't know about Book It yet, I mean, that kind of tells you the story.
We crushed the competition. We had to get people to tail our team, and the second place team was like MMG, who's a big YouTuber. His team got like I think 8,000 entries. We got 48,000 entries for our team. So we're living up and had a big first round matchup against Overtime Megan, and we squeaked out the win barely. But overall, it was a fun event. It came to fruition because we're partnered with Prize Picks, and a lot of these other people have been partnering with Prize Picks for the past couple of years, and we've had this World Championship idea kind of in the works throughout this past year, and came to fruition in the past couple months. And so we all went to Atlanta, and for week 1, it's a 3-week contest. So this week we're going up against MMG in week 2, and then if we win that, we go to the championship round, which is week 3 against 2 of the other creators. So I think like Funny Marco's still left, Drewski's still left.
Nice.
So it'll be fun to see how it shakes out here in week 2. But it was a cool event, cool getting to hang out with Nelk guys were awesome. And then
so
cool.
You got to meet both of them, I guess. Like
we got to meet everybody. Sugar Sean was really cool. We got to talk to him a little bit about his. He just announced his fight in March against Cheeto to defend the bantamweight belt. So it was a neat weekend getting to hang out with all these like different celebrities in the music space, the entertainment space, the sports space. So it was definitely a cool event.
Through everything with Book It, like so far, who's the biggest celebrity I guess you've met? Like, I don't mean just that you've seen. I know you've seen guys like kind of around, but I'm saying like you've actually shook their hand. Like, who's the biggest so far?
Gotta be this weekend with like either Drewski or O'Malley or Meek Mill. I mean, like those guys, like those are some like the biggest names in the space right now. I think like Nelk was obviously pretty cool. Both Kyle and Steve Will Do It were both there from Nelk. So like anybody that pretty much that we met this weekend in Atlanta, everybody else in there has millions of followers on, across their social media platforms. We have, hundreds of thousands, which is still obviously a lot and really cool between all of our creators. But we were definitely the smallest, like following wise or like least recognizable people in the room with some of these other, big creators. But it was cool. I mean, Drewski was probably my favorite one that we got to say what's up to. We didn't really like talk much to a lot of them. Like everyone kind of
said what's up though and everything. That's sick.
Everyone was kind of like rolling pretty deep with their crews and stuff like that. And so there were a lot of people at the.
Don't say rolling deep with your crews. Like you act like you're some big cool guy out here. I'm rolling deep with my crew, man.
But we got to hang out with some of them the night before at a club, and after the Missouri Tigers, TJ lost, devastating loss.
That was brutal.
The Missouri Tigers against Georgia this weekend, a game we probably should have won, but the season is now chalked, and we're getting set to go 7-5 and
fucking refs.
So, that was a tough L. I know you were on Mizzou money line. I appreciate that. This weekend.
I actually kind of liked it. I knew it was about a 25% chance it might have hit, but actually for a while it seemed a little bit better. I mean,
they were in it until the end when Drew Lock threw the pick, and then they were down by 6. Not driving, but they were in their own territory, and they ended up losing by 9. But I blame you, TJ, for betting on them for the loss. So
here we go.
Not put your money on the Tigers everything was going fine until you decided to come in. So it's your fault that Missouri's football season is now over.
Well, I didn't
Fuck
tell.
you.
I didn't tell. Who the fuck's your quarterback's name? Brady Cook
Drew
to
Lock,
throw.
or not Drew Lock, Brady Cook.
Drew
Brady
Lock
Cook.
left the Seahawks, go back to Mizzou.
I literally said Drew Lock for a pick. I have Drew Lock in my mind because I just traded for him in a dynasty.
That's your
league.
boy.
Brady
That's your
Cook
boy.
was our quarterback.
Brady Cook literally just gift wrapped this ball and threw it to the biggest defensive
it
lineman
was
I've seen
so
in
bad.
college football history, and the dude almost ran for 50 yards for a touchdown. It was that was bad. Like everything, he actually played a pretty good game. Georgia then halftime, they obviously stopped the run with him getting out of the pocket, and that was it.
Yeah, he doesn't make those mistakes. So it was very, very odd to see him make such a blatant error when the game was on the line. He's been our quarterback. We're going to stand by him for the rest of the year. And then the next year, we support Brady Cook, even though we were ripping him before the season started. But he's the guy now. He's QB1, and unfortunate, but we move.
Yeah, it is what it is. The Mizzou actually played pretty well. They were definitely having the lead in Athens in the second half. It all was impressive as shit. But anyway, whatever. We're an NFL show, so we'll get back to
We are an
NFL
NFL
stuff.
show. We are a fantasy chat show. Get to the fantasy questions.
Get to the
TikTok.
fantasy questions. We apologize for missing last week. It was not my decision. I'll leave it at that. You guys are welcome.
That's all you need to say.
That's all you need to say. There's only two people on the show, so you can
blame it on me
math.
if you need to. It
Okay.
wasn't my fault either.
Fuck
but
you, Nick. Way to go. Thank you very much for that, for missing the show.
I'll take the L.
All right. You guys get involved from the50.com, from the50.com. At the call button, you can jump into the conversation with Nick and myself. Kind of a split show here. We got Fantasy Chat the first half, and then Big Web's coming in. We're going to do a little Weber Wednesdays early this week. I think this is the earliest we've ever done it. Usually we try to do it Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm busy the rest of the week. Got a little wedding this week, Nick. Got a little wedding this week.
A little wedding.
So we
You
got
always have,
family
I feel like
coming
every season you have at least one wedding that prevents you from doing the show.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of years ago, TJ, when you had what was it, Taco Bell lettuce on your shirt when you called into the show.
You gotta just be specific. I'm sure I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, you've probably done that a couple times. I don't remember what years, but I have a vivid memory of you calling in to the program with Taco Bell lettuce on a shirt, very disheveled in a parking lot.
That was my suit jacket from the night before, yes. It was very cold, and we had...
I don't know who that was. Was that Murray's wedding?
I forgot whose it was, but Laura and I, just destroyed some Taco Bell. No, it was Jack in the Box. And
there you go.
2:30 in the morning, true love right there, just sitting in your hotel room and just
You get the-
slamming
you get the
Jack in the
tacos?
Box. Yeah, hell yeah, we
Jack
did.
in the Box tacos?
2 tacos for $1, no free
dude.
ads, but you can't beat
Deal-
that.
One of the best late night drunk deals out there, but Jack in the Box tacos can only be ate after midnight. You
Yeah.
cannot have those as a sane human before midnight.
But also just, as a 30-year-old, almost a 30-year-old man, I think I'm going to retire the Jack in the Box taco.
Yeah, you can't be eating that shit. It makes you, you have problems now as you get older when you eat shit like that. That's not real food.
Nick, I think I knocked down 7 of those bad boys too. Let me tell you something.
man.
You never
That'll
feel
put-
like you're going to just explode more than eating 7
That'll put
Jack in
you
the
out
Box
for a
tacos
week
at
now.
2 in the morning and then going to sleep 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
I'm at a point now where I'm taking antacids. That's where we're at in life. So,
Yeah.
when we started Bruise on the Balcony, you and I were still pretty, young and going after it, getting out of the bars every weekend. And here I am, we're still doing a show together, and
dude.
I got a kid, and, I can't eat more than 3 tacos or get heartburn.
I tell you what, we were ripping shots with Drewski at the bar this past weekend, and it night 3, and these people just go hard. Milk Boys too, they go hard every single night,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I can't do one night of drinking, much less 3 in a row now. It's not the same anymore, TJ.
Let's see. Spencer says, "What is this? This is a podcast. We usually talk about football,
What
but
is this?
we got a little bit of everything on the show."
I was just getting drilled for about 2 hours.
Yeah. So we have, we got drops, we have random talk, we have bullshit. Sometimes we're not in the mood to talk fantasy right away, so we're talking about Nick meeting Drewski and the boys from Nelk and me slamming 7 tacos from Jack in the Box. We're
go.
back to Bruce on the Balcony days.
We miss Bruise on the Balcony, so we got to get a little bit of that in there from time to time. Of
course.
Just a little bit.
A little witty banter, if you will, Nick. Start the show off, what I mean?
Don't say witty banter. Don't
Yeah.
say-
Jack, and the last name is Meoff, says, "Do you talk about erectile
Jack
dysfunction? I know you'd be a
Meoff.
pro, Nick. I don't know if that's towards you or me. I'm not sure."
Jack me off.
Yeah,
No, I'm very. I don't have issues with ED.
Is that
Yeah.
right? Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
All right. Should I trade Puka Nacua since I have Michael Pittman? That's from Weston. Let's get back into football.
Yeah. No, I would trade Michael Pittman. I don't like. I prefer to have Puka Nacua than Michael Pittman.
Going poo-poo in the cuckoo.
That's a good drop.
I know it's a good one. I've been adding a few more. Yeah, I think I would keep Puka Nacua at this point. He's on bye week, so I don't know if you're in a panic mode, Nick, on making playoffs. But at this point, I think I would hold
I'm
on
not
to a
really,
Poo
like-
Nakuku.
I'm not really like in contention in either of my leagues right now. I'm kind of middle of the pack, which is like the worst place to be.
Mhm.
I'm 4-5 in one league, 5-4 in the other. So like, TJ, if you're in the middle of the pack, it is a time where you need to decide if you want to make a trade or not. I made a trade, I'll tell you, and you can let me know what you think of it.
Okay.
It was, I mean, again, I was trying to get rid of Najee Harris because he was sitting on my bench anyway. So
Yeah.
I traded Najee Harris and Devontae Adams
All right.
for Nico Collins, Bijan Robinson, and George Pickens. Now, George Pickens had an awful week last week, and Bijan did too. Bijan is not getting used by Arthur Smith. He's an absolute fucking bozo. But I've been preaching the shit out of Bijan all year. So,
Yeah, but he shaved his mustache, so he's better. He's back.
yeah, like I'm hopeful that like at some point like Arthur Smith gets his dick out of his ass and starts.
Oh,
playing
I'm so
Bijan.
family
I don't
show.
know if I can. I don't know if I can say that.
You just
but
did.
Hopefully, Bijan
Jesus.
Robinson at some point gets better because I'll take Bijan over Najee even with the rest of the season. And then Devontae not getting really used at all. So Nico Collins and George Pickens, two wide receivers that should be good, although George Pickens doesn't get used. I don't know what you think of that trade, TJ.
Yeah, so you need to say it again. It was.
Yeah, one more time. The trade is I traded away Devontae Adams and Najee Harris
Mm-hmm.
for Nico Collins, George Pickens, and Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I think you're going to be a little sad about the Devontae situation. I think he's coming back. Raiders' new coach, O'Connell, is trying to get a starting job for the rest of, obviously for this season, but then for next year and beyond. So I think he's going to lean on Devontae. I don't know, Nick.
My running back, though, I was starting Najee Harris. So I was like, I don't have any other running backs on my roster.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it was not a bad trade. You need running backs, but Nico Collins, you can't rely on him
I don't
every
have another
week.
wide receiver that's really like that great.
CJ Stroud's not going to throw 5 tutties every week, but I get it. I get why you did it, and you're also kind of, you're selling Devontae hoping that he does what he's been doing the last few weeks. He's been underperforming, but I think he's coming back. I do. I don't know.
And I have, again, I have Christian Watson, Cortland Sutton, Josh Downs on my bench. Like I have other wide receivers. I just don't have a dominant, one wide receiver anymore. But sometimes that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, interested to hear what chat thinks. Interested to hear what trades chat is trying to make right now because it is, TJ, a pivotal week, and trade deadlines are starting to come up for some leagues. So
yeah, it's week 10 now. Is a lot of playoffs start after week 13, some after week 14. So kind of to tell you how close our league is. I'm 5-4, and I'm tied for third. I think we have 6 guys, Nick, that are all 4-5 right now. So we have 6 spots and 9 people going for 6 spots, and they're all one game back. It's pretty
tight.
Legit.
It's fun though when those leagues are tight, when there's not like 2 clear front runners or even one clear front runner, when everyone's kind of right in the middle around the same. I think that makes it a lot more fun when it comes down to trade deadline time, playoff time, because everyone's still involved in it. If you get down early, you kind of forget about your league and say fuck it. If you're out within the first 7 weeks.
Yeah, I agree with that. Lewis says Pitts and Kyler Murray for Bijan ? Yeah.
No, I would probably keep Kyler depending on who depending on who your quarterback is right now. I kind of like that trade because Pitts to me right now is worthless. Like, again, another player in an Atlanta offense that just does not get the ball at all like he should.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to keep preaching Bijan because I feel like at some point they're going to start using Bijan a little bit more. And again, if you have another quarterback, you feel free to trade Kyler coming back this week. So,
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about Kyler Murray?
Well,
think he's worth starting?
First of all, I'm shocked that you're going to go that people are going to trade Pitts and Murray for Bijan. Like, are people really that low on Bijan because of Arthur Smith? Like, again, another guy where, like, I understand the frustration, but you're going to give up a quarterback that hasn't played all year on the worst team in the NFL and a tight end who hasn't had fantasy value like he should have his whole career for arguably one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL? I don't know, man. I don't know if that's
Yeah, I mean,
if you're Lewis, if you're trading Pitts and Kyler, fucking do it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
that's-
Kyler is
again,
not a great pickup, but to get Bijan, like, yeah, do it.
That's what I think. I think Kyler's a waiver claim ad that you then can flip because Kyler could be a good quarterback. I still think this year,
Yeah.
even though Arizona's not really competing for anything.
Yeah, that's the thing is he just might just get some garbage points for you. But if you're sitting there in a 12-team league and you're throwing Derek Carr out there or someone like that, like Zach Wilson, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
give
Kyler
Kyler
Murray.
a shot.
Kyler Murray's a great waiver claim this week if you have waiver priority in your league.
He's on my list. I need a backup. I got Jerry Goff, but other than that, I need Carr is my backup. I'm just
I'm
gonna.
doing fine with Josh Allen. Like Josh Allen's been my lone.
I think he's
bright
number
spot on my
one.
team.
Yeah, I think you're set
Yeah.
there. He should be good.
Yeah, I think he's been the lone bright spot on my team. Is he the number one quarterback right now?
He was in my league, but I don't know how you guys score. So
Yeah, he is the number one quarterback.
Jake says thoughts on trading away Najee, Amari Cooper, and Devontae Smith for Cooper Kupp and Mostert.
One more time.
Najee Harris, Amari Cooper, and Devontae Smith for Cooper Kupp and Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, I like that. Again, I'm a Najee seller right now. I think he's been better in recent weeks
Yeah.
with the pressure of coming from Jalen Warren, but I would still sell him. And again, you lose what? Devontae Smith, Amari Cooper. I'm not really high on either of those guys. A.J. Brown's the guy in Philly, and then Amari Cooper on the Browns. So you see, I think overall, because you get Cooper Kupp and you get Raheem Mostert. Love Mostert. Big Mostert fan.
Yeah. Kupp's been a little inconsistent. The whole Rams offense has been consistent.
Yeah, but like they just signed Carson Wentz today. So
Oh, so they're
I don't know if
back. Great.
Carson Wentz is starting or how that's going to work. Is Stafford out for
I don't know. I have no
period
idea,
of
man. He
time?
is so weird. Like you want to know what sucks about it? Last week I had 3 parlays that I rooted for. I had the Rams in every single one of them, and I forgot and didn't check that Stafford was out because fuck Missouri. I had to go to Illinois on Friday to put a bet down because we can't get sports betting passed in the state. Please tell me why. I don't fucking get it. But I'm sitting there. I bet on the Rams. Stafford's out Sunday morning. And I got Brett Ripien or whatever the hell his name is. Doesn't matter. He doesn't play football anymore for the Rams.
Yep.
And I got parlays like crazy on this guy, Nick. And guess what? I didn't win. So
I mean, that's not a shocker.
you had the Rams too in our picks.
I did. Oh, fuck, I did. You're right. I did have the Rams.
Yeah,
pick.
so fuck you. Yeah, you
That
also
was
went Rams.
That was such a bad pick. And I will admit, my picks this past week were a little last minute because we had that event on Sunday, and I ended up doing okay. Lost on the Rams and Giants. I lost on Buffalo too, which was a crapshoot, but hit on the others. So I think
Nick, do me a favor. Big Web just got here. He's going to be coming down again. We're going to have kind of a crossover show between Fantasy Chat and Weber Wednesdays. Ask him what the standings are because he's in last now. You're not in last anymore. Yeah, make sure you do that.
Love that.
Let's see. Do I accept this trade? I get CD, Ayuk, and Rashad White for Godwin, Chase, and Stevenson. That's from Alex.
Yes, do that trade.
I get CD, Ayuk, and Rashad White for Godwin, Chase, and Steve. You gave away Chase, though. You think CD is like, I mean,
I like CD over Chase. I think he's
Really?
Yep, I do. I think CD gets more volume. I think he's more consistent. You get Rashad and you get Ayuk too, who again been a little bit banged up this year. I'm really curious to see how Brock Purdy plays the rest of the year because I am a Niners seller right now. I have the Niners to win the division still, but
yeah, so do I.
think the 49ers are fraudulent even after adding Chase Young. So 49ers, we'll see how they come back this week. They were on bye this past week. So really interested to see how the 49ers rest of their season goes.
Nick, I have a parlay with all 8 division winners that I have a real good shot at hitting. It's there. $8 to pay $2,400. You ready?
Yeah, what's it at right now? What are the teams?
Real quick, I got the Niners in the West. I think they're going to be fine. The Seahawks loss last week was massive. Lions in the North, Eagles in the East, Saints in the South. They're leading now. AFC, I got Chiefs in the West. I got Ravens in the North. I got Bills in the East. That's the one that hurts a little bit. And I got the Jaguars in the South.
Yeah, so I have all the same as you except for mine's a 5-teamer with the Niners, the Bills, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and then I have the Bengals instead of the Ravens. And the Bengals, and I still think the Bengals are going to come back and win that division. but it's
Huh?
going to be a close one because the Ravens look really good.
They're
even
both going to
after
make the
last-
playoffs regardless. Both
Dude,
teams.
that was one of our squares in the Prize Picks World Championship was Lamar over or more than 2.5 touchdowns,
yeah.
and they ran it in I think 3 times, and then the one passing touchdown was after they pulled Lamar out of the game, put in Huntley, and had a passing touchdown.
Tell me about it. I had my
Brutal.
tight end touchdown parlay last week. I had
You have Andrews.
Andrews out early. I had Hunter Henry was the hardest one to hit. He's the only one that hit of the 3. Him, Goddard, and
Have
Andrews.
you hit any of those this year yet?
I went 2 or 3 last week. Fucking Komet. And then guess
That's
what, Nick?
hard.
That is my storyline this season. So not only did I miss the tight end parlay because of Komet last week, guess who scored the first touchdown of the entire week this week of anybody? Cole Komet. Asshole.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's been up and down, like week to week. Like he's been getting a shit ton of targets and a shit ton of red zone action.
It's also on my fantasy team, so like I get it. It's
I can't say the quarterback's like Bagent,
Badgett. Tyson Badgett. I have no idea.
Bagent.
Either one.
Either
yeah, flip a
way.
coin.
Cole Komet, I mean, DJ Moore's been having a great season too, but Cole Komet has been getting a ton of action for the tight end position in a position that's hard to get points in. I mean, Cole Komet, I don't know if he's not. I don't think he would be available in any league, but could be worth trading for if you need a tight end at a position. You could probably get them for decent value.
Yeah, he's top 5. I mean, he's getting a lot of targets. It's just
He's not like that like sexy name, but like I
No.
traded him in the offseason or traded for him in the offseason after I gave up Darren Waller and TJ Hawkinson. I traded for Komet because I needed to get a tight end, and he's been great for me this year.
Yeah, he's been really good overall, but weeks he'll go 20, and then the next week he'll go 2, next week he'll go 20, next week he'll go 0.
Listen to
Like
this
that's the way
trade.
it is.
Because I made this trade in the offseason. I want to know what you think of it, what Chad thinks of it too. It was Mike Evans in my Dynasty League, so we keep the players every year. I traded away Mike Evans, who's trending down, has always had a good couple weeks, for Rashid Shaheed and Cole Komet.
Mike Evans for Rashid and Cole Komet. You
was
did that
Mike
recently
Evans.
or beginning of the season?
That was preseason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about that. I think you lost it at the moment, but I mean, Shaheed hasn't done anything this year, so
Shaheed's been awesome this year.
he's been inconsistent. I dropped him twice this year.
He's been inconsistent, but like he's been like the number 1 receiver for, I would say,
Saints.
over Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, and Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed's been the most
I know, but like the
profitable.
Saints' offense is garbage. That's the thing. I mean, I get it.
Saints
He's
offense is
fine.
garbage, and they do need a quarterback. But
Look who it is, Big
Um,
Web. What's going on, Big Web? How we doing?
Rashid
What's going
Shaheed,
on? We are on the
he
air.
has been
Nick
inconsistent.
Yale's on with us.
He's had 3 top 10 weeks though.
Yeah. Oh, 3 top 10 weeks? That's kind of
He's
shocking.
been he's been wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, and wide receiver 10 in 3 weeks. But the rest of them, you're right. He's been wide receiver 58 or lower.
Yeah, just inconsistent. Hello, Big Web. How are you? Good to see you.
Hello, Big
I'm
Web.
well, boys. I'm well. How are you?
We're doing good. Actually, I think I got to turn your camera on here. You can talk in the mic though.
Mr.
Big
Nick,
Web, how's
what's
it going?
going on,
Good
buddy?
to hear from you. Hey, Big Web, I got a quick question for you.
Yes, sir. Bring it on. What do you got?
How do our standings look after this week in our league?
I was 1-6. You were 2-5. I'm in
I
the
was
bottom.
4-3.
I'm at the bottom now. Or is that tied now?
No, it's you're at the bottom. That's last week. I have not updated it yet.
I am
Yeah.
definitely in the cellar. I'm colder
tough.
than Aaron Rodgers' ice pack.
Hey,
you go.
man. Maybe
Crazy.
you can take some of my picks this week, and I'll be we'll rise to the top together.
All I want is people to stay in bounds. I want extra points kicked. You know, that kind of stuff.
This the normal stuff.
I
Yeah.
would like
I'm
the normal
fading
stuff.
Buffalo the rest of the year.
You are? Why is that?
Yeah.
They've let you down, have they?
And they let me down again. Yeah. Took them against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I
Big
just-
Web had a rough go with Seattle last week. That was the tough one.
Seattle just didn't play football at all.
Yeah. It was tough. It was
Rams
they got
were
their
our
ass
tough
beat.
one.
It was
and-
awful.
And the week before, Kansas City didn't play football.
Yeah.
You know, and then this week, did you see how many chances Dallas had to
Yeah,
score?
oh man, I was
Yeah,
on
it
the
was
Eagles.
bad.
I was on. I hit that right. I was on there.
Eagles won by 5. We covered. It was like 2.5 or something.
But even down to the last second, they were, you know, after he stepped out of bounds. So the point spread's 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
He goes for 2, and he's totally got it. All you got to do is stay in bounds. He seems to be the quarterback that makes the stupid mistake.
Dak, you talking about?
Dak.
Yeah.
He's always makes a dumb error.
Dak's terrible. Dak won't be the quarterback for much longer.
They are, dude. It's the whole contract thing. They gave him the money. He's gonna play. It's the same thing with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, I feel like there wasn't enough talked about. Preseason, I'm like, that's the dumbest contract in NFL history. Maybe it's so bad.
We were having
It
the
was.
conversation on today's We'll Be Seeing podcast, plug for the Book It Sports podcast. You can check it out tomorrow.
No free
But
ads.
who are the biggest, we'll call them coin stealers in the NFL? Daniel Jones, one of them, in terms of like contract money. Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones. Like,
Look at Daniel Jones. Go to Pro Football Reference. Look at his stats in his career and tell me that guy
Carson
deserves.
Wentz stole some money too.
But $40 million a year, Daniel Jones. It's
he's only
crazy.
$40 million a year
He's making
quarterback because he
$40
plays
million a
in New
year.
York. only 'cause he
$160
plays-
million for 4 years. Yeah.
It's only because he
I
plays
missed
in New
that
York.
one.
Yeah,
Jesus
last
Christ.
year.
That is the worst one
It's
in history.
the
Daniel
worst in
Jones
history.
Plays in Tampa Bay or Atlanta or Seattle or Denver. He's not getting $40 million. It's because he plays in New York.
But that's still what do you see out of that guy to say $40 million a year? That's our guy,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Terrible.
How much money does Zach Wilson have?
Oh, I don't know, not that much. He's still got the rookie
He's
contract.
probably on
I
a
think.
rookie deal.
That guy has no pocket presence whatsoever.
Number 2 pick, probably only $20 million. What a loser, you know.
He sits there.
he's a backup quarterback.
You
Backup
can't feel when anybody's coming at you at all. You moron. He fumbles all over the frickin' place.
How much did he make you think? He was number 2 overall pick. He's got to have $20 million in the bank.
That's
Guaranteed.
$19.5 million too much.
Well, he's a millionaire. Good for him. Hey, you made
Go
it.
spend it. Get off the football field and go spend it. Go
Chargers
spend your
covered, right?
money.
Yeah.
What happened? You kind of were on a different level with Zach Wilson. You started kind of being his buddy.
I was, and then I watched him this week, and you know what he did? He goes like this. You know how guys like to do a little.
Great for the audio podcast.
Oh, sorry. They like to do a little shoulder
Great
fake
for
like
the
this,
audio.
and he doesn't even do it. He doesn't even like look at somebody with it. He just goes,
Yeah.
"What a moron!"
Good God.
What a
I mean,
moron.
he just fired up. I mean, he walks in here and then just goes after Zach Wilson.
that you're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's a good take, right?
It is a good take. Yeah, we got some good ones, some new drops from Zook. We'll have to kind of put into the feed for sure. So good stuff. Week 10 of the NFL here. I can't believe we're double digits already. Season always goes too fast. We're halfway done already. The good news is the Detroit Lions are leading the division. And Nick, how wild is it that both of our teams, I believe we have the same record again, don't we?
Bro, Jaguars look fucking incredible.
Okay.
Incredible.
Okay, knock it off.
They got a
They're
chance.
6-2. They won 5 in a row.
Yeah, I'm 6-2 as well, but I'm saying like, the Lions can improve. Nick's like, best team in history,
We
Jaguars.
just had a bye week, man. We're rolling. We got everybody back healthy.
But this is good because this is the second year you and I have done this bet. Last year we tied,
I know.
and right now we're tied halfway through this
Imagine if
season.
we
In a
tied
whole
at
different
the
way.
bye.
We might carry it over for 10 years, both these
You-
teams.
You guys tied in a negative manner for a lot of years. Now you're tying on a positive manner.
It's kind of
I know.
fun. They're kind of trending together. Nick, what if they met in the Super Bowl? That'd be
Oh,
insane.
that would be fun. I
Oh
would love that.
my!
Yeah, are you going this year in
I
Vegas?
am. Well, I'm going to Vegas. I don't think I'm actually going to the game.
That's
Yeah,
the
I'll be in
thing.
Vegas.
If the Lions win, I'd love to go to Vegas. I definitely won't be able to go to the game unless shout out sponsors.
Jaguars win, financially, that would be a dumb move to buy a Super Bowl ticket for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Even if they were playing, tickets are so expensive.
Real fan
We're
here.
going to Vegas on the 18th of January for the what is that? 2 weeks before the final
So it'll be like divisional
Yeah,
round,
you'll be there
after
divisional
after that after that, right?
NFC and AFC championship.
I think there's two.
What's
two
the
games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. What's that?
I'd be down to
That's
check out
divisional.
there if I have a financially capable bank
Do it.
account. By
Well,
that
wait. So it might be wild card though. What is it? Middle of January?
point. It's probably wild card weekend.
It's two games. Hessler wanted to go when there's 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. So that's
Well,
why
that's both divisional and wild card, I believe. So
It's probably wild card. If it's the 18th, it's wild card and then divisional, and then
final week of the year. Final week of the regular season is the 30th.
of January?
Of
No, of
December.
December. Yeah.
So that makes first wild card
First
7th.
wild card would be the 7th, and then 14th or whatever would be divisional.
And we're the 18th. We get there that Thursday, so it's the 21st or whatever.
So that's
we might be.
it. Might be
Yeah,
NFC
that's
AFC Championship because then you have a week off. You have 2 weeks until the Super Bowl.
But that means only
That's
only
divisional.
Sunday. There's only 2 teams, 2 games on Sunday.
I don't know, Nick. What do you think?
What are your thoughts, Nick?
it's divisional because there's 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Divisional matchups. I might have to go with you and surprise you for
Yeah,
the Lions or something.
I'm gonna have to do that. I just bought a sport coat for it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Oh my God, we stepped out, baby.
Sport
fancy
High
coat.
roller.
Fancy.
You're
coat.
going to Vegas. Is this the first time in history you're going to Vegas with a sport coat?
I've been to Vegas before with a sport coat.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Like did you have like the
That
whole
was
suit
when I was
thing?
young and cool, man.
Yeah, I mean we did that too, and we thought we were neat. We had $100 in our pocket in Vegas, which is basically chump change, and we had dressed to the nines, man.
I don't
and
even
we
think
go
that
there,
can
play our
buy you
penny
a
slots, and
fucking
lose our money in
burger.
3 seconds.
Yeah,
So fun.
That gets you like half of a meal and maybe a 10 minutes on the 5-cent roulette table.
Barely gets you in the door, yeah.
That's it.
But you put a parlay down, Nick. Now you get 3 hours of entertainment. There you go, and then
there
you
you
can turn
go.
100 into a few hundred. You know what I
That's
mean?
why you do sports betting.
That's right.
Exactly.
Sports bet out there, kids.
Hey, throw $100 on a sports bet, you're covered for 3 hours.
That's it. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
perfect. It's a beautiful deal.
I just said that, but it's entertainment.
Speaking of sports bets, do you have weekend or week 10 picks yet, Big Web?
Big Web, you got this. Yeah, this is kind of a crossover episode. We have Fantasy Chat, Weber Wednesdays. I'm busy this week, busy guy this week. So
Busy guy.
we had to do both shows tonight, kind of a crossover episode, if you will.
See,
So
that's why I'm a team player. I just jump when you say get over here. Okay, we're ready.
I'm glad we did this. I was worried that people weren't going to get the Big Web parlay because the haters, they're foaming at the
need
mouth. They're
Big
just
Web
they're ready to
parlay.
rock.
The haters. Hey, the haters, join me and Dak Prescott and whoever the fucking whatever Seattle's
Blow
doing.
me, Kirk.
Exactly, him too.
Actually, poor Kirk's out for the year now. Kirk hasn't done anything to you this year, has he? He's been okay.
No, I didn't let him. I didn't pick him all year.
Good.
Nothing.
Good deal.
So how about Watson? How did Watson do last week? He won the football game, 27.
Oh, the Browns. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Ooh, they got Baltimore this week.
Really? That'll be a fun one.
But Baltimore's only fantastic against NFC teams.
Yeah, they're only fantastic against certain teams, but middle to high tier teams, like I'm still gonna put the Lions there, Seattle there. They destroyed them both in Baltimore. But yeah, you got a point.
But
you got a point.
they're like freaking 18-1 against NFC at like home over there. It's freaking nuts.
Is that in Baltimore or in Cleveland?
In Baltimore.
Wow, that'll be a hell of a game there. User 710 says it's Tuesday, not Wednesday. Oh shit, I knew I forgot something.
Well, it's Tony TJ Tuesday.
There you go. Wow.
There you go.
That's why they pay him the big bucks. He's good.
That's it, baby.
We just got followed by Steve Novak. Is that the guy who played like power forward for the Blazers and hit threes or
Novak.
something?
Probably.
Yeah, I just remember some dude just nailing threes named Steve Novak. Welcome, Steve. Congrats on your NBA career. Let's see. Last week of the season is January 7th. So that means it would be you'd be there for divisional, like Nick said. Because it would be wild card the 14th, 21st would be divisional.
So you're saying all those bets I got on divisional championships could go down to that? No.
January 7th is the week 18.
You'll know regular
before
season
you go to
divisional
Vegas if you hit those. Divisional round they call it in the playoffs, but the season's
End of
over.
the season, somebody's going to win.
January
the division.
7th, that's when you cash those division parlays. That's the last regular season.
I like the way you think. That's when I cash those bets.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, we got to look at those here, Nick, on Sunday. Or you're not here Sunday.
I'm not here Sunday, no. Zook will be running the show live from the
I'll be here
studios.
Sunday.
We got to take a look at those because not to jinx anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but they're looking pretty good.
What's that? Oh, the division parlays?
Yes.
Mine's looking great, and guess who I'm most worried about?
Me.
The Buffalo Bills. That's
know.
who I'm most worried about.
Oh, I know.
I just read the entire thing to Nick, and he agreed. And like the Bills are the one team I'm worried about because the Dolphins are
they're
fucking
only,
great.
Listen, though, they're only one game back, and the Dolphins looked absolutely fraudulent in Germany against the Chiefs. So Dolphins, it could be time for the Dolphins, hype train to be over, and this is where the Bills just figure out their season and become the regular Buffalo Bills. So, I mean, that one to me is the one that's concerning.
But if you want to see these
Or not
things
concerning.
and tail us on them, it might be you could still tail us, but you're not going to get the odds we got early in the season.
Yeah.
But you can go on sharps. They're all on sharps, baby.
They're all in Sharps. That's why he's a company man. Sharps with a Z. I wasn't even ready for it. Let's get the old binder out of here. Sharps with a Z, the better social network, Nick. You got to get on there right now. Track your bets, your friends' bets, interact with friends in the sports betting community. I feel so bad because, listen, you got to understand, I'm an entertainer. I'm an entertainment sports guy, sports betting guy. I'm 0-10. It says I'm 0 for my last 10 on the thing. Those are not fake stats. Those are true. But I bet parlays, small money parlays. So
Yeah.
you don't follow my picks, Nick, for the wins. You follow my picks for the entertainment. That's what you do, baby. So if you want to tail some fun, let's say that, you follow me. I put some funny memes in there. You guys know my content. Anyway, Sharps, the better social network. What's so cool about it, Big Web, is you can actually link your sports book directly to it. So FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, it takes your bets for you once you connect it, and it tracks it. And not only does it give you a record, you can share it to friends and everybody else that follows you. I share it directly to the football feed. So the thousands of people they have on there already will see my post.
Right.
And you can put, memes, you can put videos, you can put all kinds of fun stuff, comment on other people's bets. It's an absolute blast.
I
man.
love it. It's very cool. And you can see, I can see how you're doing. You can see how I'm doing. People in the audience want to check us out. Week to week, we're not doing that great, but boy, those divisionals,
Oh yeah. Well, how many times do you want to talk to other sports bettors out there? And you go on Twitter, and there's a million things on Twitter. There's a million things on Instagram. This is only sports betting all the time. And what's so cool about it is
it's our Facebook, baby.
Oh, it's great. And people are serious about their wins and their bets, but you also have your communities like me and Big Web. It's the fun side of sports betting. So we have a good time. Get on there and interact with us. If you do join, which we'd appreciate if you do, it's an awesome app. I'm very high on them, and I'm really excited to see where the future goes because I've talked to their founder, Josh, who's just got a good head on his shoulders and kind of pitched me the idea. I told Nick this before. I said, we don't really team up with a lot of apps. We get DMs and stuff a lot, but I wanted to find a company that I really trusted, that I liked, that I feel like I could really just kind of put everything behind. Sharps is that app. It's a lot of fun. So use our link. It's from the50.com, from the50.com, or weberbets.com, and click Sharps. Join Weber Bets and Big Web on Sharps. It'll take you to the App Store. You can download, and it gives us credit, helps the show, helps the sponsors, but also it gives you an awesome platform to join as a sports bettor in the sports betting community. So that is Sharps, the better social network. There you go.
It's a beautiful thing.
My question is, if you're 0-10, but your picks are like 67% against the spread on our panel, so what are you doing wrong?
Literally, that's
He's not betting those games.
That's what's been happening for as long as we've done the show. I'm dominant on the pick'em, except the 1 year I signed the board. But other than that, it's been like that. I'm dominant on the picks, and it's the hardest games, but I parlay the wrong shit. Last week it was the Rams. I blame the state of Missouri for last week's loss. They owe me money for a lot of reasons, but mainly because of the fucking not letting me sports bet at 11:59 on Sunday. Instead, I sports bet at 7 p.m. on a Friday when Matthew Stafford, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. That came out late. I'm pissed, Nick. I'm pissed.
I mean, you know what? Suck it up.
Oh, shut up, dude.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Shut up, dude.
Keep betting. That's how you get out. Everybody goes through slumps.
This is true.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. Nick's telling all the people, just keep betting out there.
You can't.
Just keep betting.
Hey, your next bet could always be your best bet.
That's exactly right.
It's a good way to look at it.
Don't stop.
Bankroll management, though. Don't
be crazy
up your
with it.
units.
Nope.
Don't up your unit. Don't chase.
Don't bet the
chase
house.
losses.
Bet the doghouse.
That's right. Big Web, man, the standings, huh?
The standings. Hey,
It's
not
a
in
little
last,
fugly.
baby. Let's go. We're
How do you
rising.
feel about possibly signing the board for the first time? Halfway through more than halfway through the
Close.
season.
It's
Here
not
we
even
are in
close to
last place by 2
final
games, I think.
problem. That's no issue.
Listen to this, though. Listen to this, TJ.
we
What
go.
am I right
Let's
now?
hear it. I don't know.
My record
place.
is fourth place, but positive ROI, consistency. I don't
You're
have a
still
lot of
below
stats.
500, I believe.
Am I below 500? No, I should be above 500.
It's
now.
close. It's close. No, I think you're above by a little
Or
bit.
did I
Yeah.
have a bad week last week? Big Web said I went 2-5. I wasn't sure if that was.
It's just hard to see anybody
I
else
believe
when
it
I'm
was 2 and
20 over
5.
500. But continue. What do you got?
Nonetheless,
Yeah.
I am a man of consistency, and even though I'm not on these 5-2, 6-1, 7-0 weeks, we stay positive and we not sign the board this year. Oh, thank you for that, dipshit.
Yeah. Appreciate your take. I think this type of year is going to be a Big Web signing this year.
It is so incorrect.
I feel bad. Well, how are you going to say I'm incorrect when you're in last
I feel
place
like
by
Well, it's a
yourself
perfect
for the
week to
first
say
time?
that. I'll climb right out of the cellar this week.
I mean, we had this random thing last week on Weber Wednesdays when we actually, it might have been 2 weeks ago, when we actually guessed how we'd finish the season in standings. Big Web thought he'd have a chance to come back and win.
I sure
Nick.
do.
I'm going to finish third.
Third, you think? That's not bad. That's really good for you, actually. I'm proud of you.
Love Big Web and
Congratulations.
love the listeners.
Third
I
is
don't think-
something else.
I think TJ, Zook, me, listeners, Big Web.
Wow.
Listeners are on fire.
You're gonna let him talk to you like that, Big Web? I mean, like he just talking
could-
shit.
Hey, he knows what the cellar smells like. Jesus Christ, he's the one that knows for sure.
I'm not in it. You're in it right now. What does it smell like? You can tell me.
Yeah, that's true. You know what's funny is like Nick will sit there and he'll be quiet for 9 weeks, and then the minute he's out of last place, like, yeah, look who's not in last.
Yeah,
bitches.
baby. I mean, you can't talk shit when you're down in the cellar. You can't talk shit, TJ.
You
I know, but you've always been Mr. Confidence, and like you
You
can't.
just gotta sit there and take it. You just gotta figure out what your
Clip
bets
that.
are and move on to the next
Sit there
week.
and take it, man.
Yeah, Nick's just sitting there and taking it. I think this season though could be the best year of me picking on the panel, and I still won't make money as a sports bettor. It's just.
I mean, yeah, that's because maybe you should just bet your actual picks on the panel then.
I'm thinking about it.
$100.
Maybe I should start like just putting $20 on each pick and see what happens. I've been
Yeah.
positive. I'd be up a lot right now probably.
You're making positive ROI, then you're good.
I'm just gonna stop betting on Brett Ripien and the Rams, and we might be able to
He's
win.
cut. They
Take
cut
that
him.
shit.
I saw Carson Wentz, your buddy, is the backup quarterback.
Yeah,
Big Web.
Yep, he's a wonderful person.
Big fan of him.
You might start.
He might if Stafford's hurt. We'll see what happens. You guys get involved here from the50.com, from the 50.com. You can hit the call button, jump into the conversation right now with Big Web, Nick, and myself. This is fun, boys. We haven't had a show with us three in quite a
Oh
while.
my God, it's been a bit.
It
Been
has
a
been a
bit.
bit. This
Been
is
a
that.
minute.
This is that time. I'm kind of glad Nick's here right now. I usually don't say that, but the fact that Big Web is doing his little buttons over there, trying to get his parlay down. Nick, when we do Weber Wednesdays, he just doesn't be a co-host for 10 minutes
He
straight.
just doesn't
That's it.
talk while
You
he's
gotta do what you
out
gotta
there. He's
do.
calculating. TJ, he's getting putting it all together. Hopefully, he actually wins one this week.
So then I do
because-
this. I do
We'll
this. User 246. What I do? Tony Pollard for Mostert. Big Web, you want to take that one?
Mostert had a hell of a. He was fired up last week. Take him.
Someone say trade Tony Pollard for Mostert.
That's what it says.
No, I mean, yeah. If you're getting Mostert,
If you're getting Mostert, do it. I agree with
for
that.
sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Trey says, I give Tank Dell and Jordan Love and get T. Higgins. Your thoughts on that? Nick, you high? Actually, Big Web, you high on T. Higgins?
I like T. Higgins. I like Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's starting to roll, baby.
I would probably do that. I imagine Tank Dell and
That's
Jordan
great to
Love.
hear.
Tank Dell and Jordan Love are probably sitting on somebody's bench. I don't know like what T. Higgins is. Let me do a little quick research on T. Higgins, how he's fared out over the past few weeks.
He's been a little inconsistent. He's been the one piece of Cincinnati's offense that has not been great. I think he put up at least double-digit fantasy points last week, if I'm not mistaken, but he's been pretty much
last week
quiet.
he was wide receiver 12, but other than that, week 2 he was wide receiver 3, and then he hasn't been higher than wide receiver 45 since then. So he's had like 2 good weeks, but again, if you're trading Tank Dell and Jordan Love, you're probably 2 bench pieces. I like T. Higgins as a flyer for the rest of the season because he was wide receiver 12 last week, so trending up.
You just take a picture of me?
Took a picture of my bet. Man, do I have a nice one right here. And Nick Yell's
Save
gonna
that.
Nick
Clip
Yell's gonna
that.
love this pick.
Let's hear it.
Big,
Jacksonville
hold
Jaguars.
on, Big Web. We got to change something up. Should we get up and run a lap around the studio or
You want
something?
to do something different?
Well, like, it's not gonna be on camera. Here's the thing: we haven't won on screen. You won once this year. Week 2, we didn't have the show. They're coming after you on this TikTok chat.
Come bring
I
it.
mean,
Bring
I
it. It's a
think you
long
gotta
year.
sit
It's
there and
only
take it.
halfway. But Nick, what did you say 2 weeks ago? Big Web. All you got to do is hit 2, and you got the
Yeah,
money.
if you hit 2, you're profitable
That's all you
on the
need.
year.
That's all you need.
So we're in
All
week
right.
10. We
Yeah.
got 8 weeks left.
Yes.
Here's
We're
where we're
fine.
at. Here's where we're at. Like, listen, I love it because we're close. But here's what happened last week. We can't deny it. 5 picks, 5 of them, plus 200. We still didn't fucking hit. We need a change, Big Web.
Let me
Talk
do it
to
then.
Dak Prescott. Stay in fucking bounds.
Let me do it. Let's do it right here, right now. Let's figure this out. Okay.
Nick, let me read these to you. You just say absolutely,
okay, yeah,
fantastically
sure.
yes or no. Just let me know. Now we are going very conservative here because of the situation right now.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Knicks, Jacksonville Jaguars. They're playing the 49ers. 49ers lost 3 in a row. Giving them 10.5. Jaguars plus 10.5
Against the Niners?
against the Niners.
So you're doing a 7-point teaser.
It's at the Jag. 7 point. On this game, I took 7 points.
You know what's going to happen in this game, Nick. Listen, I love it so much, I'm worried about it.
Oh,
This
here
is
he goes
conservative,
again.
very conservative, but okay, continue.
Here we go. The New Orleans Saints plus a full 7 against the Minnesota Vikings.
See, this is where you get in trouble, teasing through zero.
Fuck that shit.
This is where you get in trouble, teasing through
I
zero.
don't
My thing is,
there's
why
no
even
trouble.
touch that game? Stay the
Putting
fuck
that
away
out
from the
there.
Saints.
like the
You've
game.
seen the Saints play. The Saints are
Why
bad,
not
man.
take Minnesota with 9.5?
Okay, so we might
Scrap
tweak,
it.
We might tweak this.
See you
Let me-
later,
Let me keep
Saints.
let me keep reading.
Go ahead.
TJ's Detroit Lions plus 3.5 at the Chargers.
Yes.
Plus a field goal and a half a
And
point.
Yeah,
you're
that-
teasing through zero. Why not just
Who
take the
gives a
Chargers
shit about
plus
through
5.5?
I don't care.
Okay. Continue.
This is good having Nick here. He's
Houston
kind of a
Texans.
voice of the people out there.
Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud, even though he kneels down when his coach tells him to,
Yeah.
and
He's
the
not doing what he did
Cincinnati
last
Bengals,
week.
over 41.5. Are you kidding me? Over 41.
Listen, last time you said, "Are you kidding me?" It didn't work. Chiefs
Yeah,
minus
I
2.5
like that. I
against
like that
Denver.
one.
He likes that one. So he
I
likes
like
two.
that one.
He likes 3 out of the 4. Do you like the Lions?
I like the Lions a lot, Nick.
I like 2 out of the 4 so far. If you're doing the Saints Vikings, I take the Vikings.
All right, I'm getting rid of the Saints.
See you later, Saints.
Do you like Jaguars, Lions? You don't like the Jaguars, do you?
No, I like
Nick,
it.
do you
I like
the
it so
Jags?
much I'm scared.
Nick, do you like the Jags plus 10.5? Nick. Yeah.
I don't love it. Yeah, I think
It's
the Jaguars-
gone. It's gone. You don't love it? It's gone.
This is bullshit.
I'm going back shopping. You continue
me-
to talk.
Let me shop here a little bit for
TJ, sing a song or something. We're
for
shopping.
some nuggets.
I always
Okay?
think of that when Big Web pulls out.
Whoa, Zook.
What the fuck?
Pause.
That's just what he said. That's what the man said. I don't know what to
Yeah,
tell
I
you.
mean, again, you gotta find some nuggets on this board. That's for sure.
It's great to hear.
And while you do that, TJ, read off some.
Well, while we're doing that, you guys should go download Parlay Play off the old website.
There you
it's
go.
weberbets.com or from the50.com, proud sponsor. Parlay Play is a DFS platform for player prop parlays. Again, it's a really fun, interactive platform where they mainly focus on player prop parlays. I've actually cashed out on there. They paid me in less than a day, went right to my account.
Beautiful.
They're legit, man. They're in 27 states, I believe. I got to double check my read here. Really good work here. 27 states, including Illinois, if you're in the St. Louis area listening to this right now. Go on over there and go build your pick'ems today, man. It's a lot of fun. I hit one again, I think it was 3 weeks ago when we first started the partnership with Parlay Play. I had St. Brown over yardage, and I had DJ Moore over receptions. It was free, absolutely free, knocked it down. They're also offering a lot of slash lines, too. Like the other day, I think it was last Thursday when the Titans played Thursday Night Football. Derrick Henry was over 73.5 rushing yards and a lot of books. They had it at 60.5, so they give you those deals, so you can look out for that, and they have those weekly. So check it out, Parlay Play, proud sponsor of From the 50. You can go to FromThe50.com, hit Join Parlay Play. You can use the link in the on the website, or use code FT50 when you sign up. You get $5 in free play, and you get a deposit match up to $100. Again, they're legit, man. I got a payout a couple weeks ago. A lot of fun, awesome platform, easy to use, and a lot of player props for you to build the best player prop parlays. It's Parlay Play, proud sponsor of From the 50. You guys fucking ready yet? Jesus.
I got it for you. Right here.
What you got, buddy? What you got?
Arizona Cardinals plus
God.
I hate it
7.5
already.
Plus 7.5 at home against the Atlanta Falcons with Kyler Murray coming
Now,
back.
hold on here. Here's what I'm going to say, though. We can build one together. That might be kind of fun. But here's what we should do. Big Web's got to do his own. This is his battle with the audience.
That's
It is
right.
his
This is
battle,
his
but
battle with these listeners.
That is
I'm
not a
telling
problem.
you, this thing's going to hit. Chargers at home plus 8.5 against the Lions.
No,
Your
Lions are wrecking
your
them.
Lions
No.
are not covering
No.
8.5 points.
No,
No, Lions are wrecking them. That's
ain't
terrible.
happening.
No.
Seattle Seahawks money line, so minus 6-0. At home against the Commanders, who have sold their
Is
season.
Nick
when
on
they-
Sunday? Nick's on Sunday. We're
I
building
think
one.
it's drugs.
We're building one Sunday, Nick. We'll build one Sunday.
Yeah, I think.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
And then Buffalo Bills minus 7.5 down to 1.5 at home against the Broncos.
I like that. I'm putting the Bills. I just saw that.
The
at same
Broncos are
time, so-
legit. They beat the
It's
Chiefs.
plus
Fuck
240.
the Broncos.
Plus 240.
Last time Big Web said, "Come on, you got to be kidding me," of liking a pick, it was Kansas City. They got beat outright by Denver.
All right. This is also very conservative,
All right.
but we've created another parlay.
Let's hear it. Now you have to tell me what the official one is, because I am posting one, and that's going to be the one on the
Oh, this
record.
is the
That's gonna be the
official
one.
This is the official one, right?
All right, here we go, Nick. You ready for this? I'm ready.
Yep.
All right.
We already talked about it. Houston, Cincinnati over 1 point.
Oh, it's the money.
Oh my God. 100 pays 322.
Okay.
Went for a little conservative.
322. I like that in a football number. 22.
22 is my football number.
Yeah.
Actually, the odds are 222.
Nice.
That means some good luck.
Wow. This is good. This is good.
I'm a 2 guy. I am.
He does.
222.
I like this.
All right. So over in the Cincinnati-Houston game, 41.5.
Yes.
Yes.
Buffalo Bills minus 2.5.
Against.
Monday night, they're playing against the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
At home.
Yeah, I like
at home.
Yeah, 2.5. Yep.
And then a same gamer, Detroit +3, and Detroit over 39.5. They're playing the Chargers.
You mean total game total?
Game total's got it, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Lions +3 in the game total over 39.5.
right, same game.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
He liked. Did you hear? He said yes.
He did say yes. I heard him.
100 pays 322.
Oh, I'm there. I'm all over it.
Yeah, I like that. I think this is the week. I said last week was the week, but this is the week.
I think that's good. I think the luck is on the side with all the twos. I think
Yeah.
this is really for TJ. Now this is going to be on TJ for his Lions to show what they're made of on the road against the Chargers team. who's
Yeah.
a little bit fraudulent.
The Lions
Look
or
at
the
that
Chargers
speed.
are fraudulent.
The
I think
Chargers.
Lions. Again, this is just the Lions should be able to go into LA and win that ball game.
Okay.
But you never know. It's Justin Herbert. They did just put up I think 27-3 against the Jets team, against a good Jets defense. So a little bit concerned there, but overall
Yeah.
I think that's
No, it's a good pick. It's so funny, by the
Because-
way, because Nick does what I do too. You know, whenever you don't have a take on a team, you go, well, the Chiefs, well, Patrick Mahomes. Well, the Chargers, well, Justin Herbert.
well, that is the take. That is the take.
See,
Justin
you
Herbert.
You don't need anything else. Well, you know, the Colts, well, Gardner Minshew. You know, just like kind of part of the
Yeah,
take.
Texans Bengals should put up points and then the
It's kind of
Bills,
like
I
that
think,
enough
are
said guy. Like, well,
Bills are
Jared
probably
Goff.
in for a rout at home against the Broncos.
CJ
after a-
Stroud threw for 470 or something. I mean, I think this is primed to work here.
You're going to see a little bit of a setback, I think, from Stroud. this
Big
week. I don't
time.
think-
Not a big time. I mean, he should throw for 200 plus, but I don't know. He won't do that again. You know.
You can at least get, I would think, realistically count on 24 points coming from Cincinnati. So
Yeah.
as long as Houston can score a couple tuds,
That's all that matters. Couple tuds, Big
Put
Web.
us there. We'll get it
that'd be
early.
38, 24-14. That'd be 38. You need one more. So hopefully they can get a field goal somewhere in there too.
I think
Stay in bounds. Kick the extra points.
I think you can do this. I think this is a good week for you. I just, I feel like we just need to change something up. But I like the same game parlay thing a little bit. Like you threw Lions over 39.5. That's a good one. I like a little bit of the change because we just got to hit one. You got to hit one so you can just look into the camera and just be like, "Sup, bitches?" You know, that's it.
Hey, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. I will remain positive till week 16 and a half.
Yeah, this is good. This is good because, this is the week Big Web not only hits his first parlay on the show, he's hit one week 2. And guess what? We do have people going to bat for you in the comments. They go,
God bless.
when's the last time this guy's hit? And then people go, week 2. So they got your back.
Nice.
He has
nice.
it once. So,
But it wasn't
what
on the
was-
show, so people will say it didn't
all you-
count.
that's all you
But
gotta do.
What
I was
the
having a
profit
child,
on
so
that one,
obviously
Big
it's not his fault we didn't have a show. It's just we didn't have a show. You know.
It
What was the profit?
it paid $510.
Or was it week 1? It had to be week 1.
No, it's week
Yeah,
2.
so we're like,
But why didn't we had a show week 2? Oh, we didn't have Weber Wednesdays week 2
so
because
we're
I
$1,000 in. So we're minus what, 478 right now. This one will pay plus 322. Did it pay 322 or did it pay 422?
322 pays. 222
So
profit.
$100 plus your 222.
222 profit. Yeah.
There you go.
So what does that put you back at?
Let's
Like
see where we got 410 plus 222 is 632. And then this is week 10. So it's only we'd be down 368.
A lot of time.
Down 360. Yeah. So I mean, hey, you got to win this one. You probably got to win another conservative one to get you
Yeah.
back to even.
Get in there.
got time.
So it's week 10. We've been a little free fall. But
Here's what we're gonna do. This one's gonna hit this week.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another conservative one next week to get back to even. Then we're gonna take a shot.
Yeah.
For like
Take a
1,000.
shot. Little 5 or 8, 10 to 1. I like it.
I will say, a lot of the comments I think are uncalled for. going after, Big Web's picks. My favorite one this week, it's not even that funny, but it just got me at the right time. Dad always says 100 pays, and he says the number that it pays, and some guy goes, 100 pays, 0 again. It was pretty good.
Love it.
I like
Love it.
tip of the cap.
Keep them
Hey.
coming, boys. Keep them coming. Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
If you don't bet, you can't fucking win.
You can't win
That's
if you
it.
don't play.
That's it, Nick. We need some more different content to put on from the 50. I mean, people love the Big Web parlays. I'm trying to think of other things to do. I mean, what else do you think could be a big hit?
We gotta put those other ones on the door and focus in
The
on
divisional,
You still have the
matchups.
one idea about when Big Web hits one, he's got to hit one to do the entrance, walking in. But
I'll put my new sport coat on.
Oh wow, look at you!
Yeah.
With a Miles Garrett jersey underneath.
Dude,
Yeah,
That could work. Yeah.
I'll think on some content. TJ. I know you come for me for good ideas.
Oh no, I have a million things going on now in my life and people to
Yeah.
take care of, and can't just take
You have
care of
one
Nick all the
kid,
time.
and you think you can't do content anymore.
It's a good
TJ.
excuse, though. It's a good excuse.
Gee.
I had my brother the other day. We're talking about Weber bet stuff. Oh yeah, Nick, I got recognized again randomly the other day. I
Did
don't
you
usually
really?
say it,
Wow.
but it was the most random thing, and just
Where
kind
were
of
you?
said, "Oh, that's kind of neat." I was at a restaurant in my neck of the woods here, and the guy goes, "You're on TikTok, aren't you?" I go, "Yeah." He goes,
Wow.
"What do you do?" I go, "Gambling stuff." It's so funny. No one knows who I am. They're just like, "I've seen you. What do you
Hey,
do?" Like,
I
shout out
spoke
the
to
BR guys.
our good buddy Philly Phil STL yesterday.
Hmm.
He's in town down here in Dallas. He said you're doing great work.
Oh!
I'm very proud of you.
Shout out to old Philly Phil. That's awesome. Good to hear. But anyway, it was funny. It was just but anyway, my brother's like, "Man, you gotta post more. You gotta post more." I'm like, "Sorry, brother, like I'm trying.
Yeah,
like
little
I'm a little bit
preoccupied.
stretched thin." This year also, like, I built the studio, like I created from the 50, put the brand back up. Like, there's a lot of fucking work to do all this stuff. It takes time, my man.
it's
You're
going
doing a
well.
great job.
Keep it up.
No, I know, I love
Doing
it.
a
I just
great
gotta
job.
I want to keep doing more content. It's just I'm trying to find the time. That's the way it is. Trying to find the
Time is it.
If anybody would like
Fine.
to, give a nice little investment and pay me full time to do this, then you'll get content every day. Trust me, you will. But for now, we can't really do that. Just the way
Don't
it
quit the
is.
Speaking
day
of time,
job.
fellas, I do have to jump, but
Sorry to bother you.
Good to see you,
a
Nicholas.
pleasure hanging out with you. And Big Web, I hope that you win your bet this week. It sounds like it will win.
Thank you, Nick.
So we're manifesting good vibes, but I will see you
There you go.
boys on Sunday.
There you
Sounds
go.
good,
I
brother.
won't see you on Sunday, TJ, but I'll see Big Web on Sunday.
Well, I might pop on at some point, but the old Zookie
Okay, well,
Cookie will be running the
have
show.
fun at your wedding.
There's a chance that you don't make it on the show if Zook can't figure it out. So we'll see
True.
if you're on the show.
Facts. Have fun at your wedding and tell your wife I say hello.
God bless you, sir.
Have a
All
good
right,
rest of the
take it
week.
easy. It's a great Nick Yale from Dallas, Texas, joining us on the show. Big Web and TJ Weber back with you for just a little bit longer. A little kind of a different show today. We had a little crossover show between Fantasy Chat and Weber Wednesdays because busy week this week. Big Web, busy week.
Hey, it's the audience loves a little tidbit. If that's all we give them, that's fine.
That's it. That's all it is. It's just you kind of throw them a bone every once in a while and say, hey, we're going to keep bringing the content for you. It's fantastic. Don't skip my comments for Big Web. It's from Platty Daddy. I guess
Platty Daddy.
he was hitting on you a little bit
What do you
earlier.
got to say, Platty?
Something about Big Web, you and me. What does it say? You and me makes two. Me and you, Big Web, makes two with a heart emoji.
Platty's a good dude.
That's cute
He's
there.
good too.
Bad motherfucker says the Detroit Lions will win the Super Bowl in all caps. So he means business.
I think that might just happen. They got to keep rolling.
Yeah.
But, they're a team that can, when it, how they say all you got to do is get a chip in a chair
That's
and get
it.
in there.
Yep.
They're a kind of team that can roll.
They're a dangerous team.
Yeah.
But they haven't really played great against good teams. That's the problem. The
Well,
Chiefs.
them and the Dolphins. The Dolphins shit
Dolphins
the bed
the same
against
thing.
really good teams.
Chiefs are the one win that was awesome. It was impressive.
First game of the year, wasn't it?
Kelsey, first game of the year. So, and then they got their ass beat by Baltimore. They lost to the Seahawks. So, like, they're destroying the bad teams, which is good. And they got a great schedule, but you got to come to play. I mean, the Niners are going to come back. The Eagles are going to be
I agree.
insanely tough. Like, they're there, but they're not at that top tier yet. Like, anybody that disagrees with me ain't watching the football games.
There's some cool stuff going on, though, man. And, other than this analytics bullshit, which I'll never agree to. But, C.J. Stroud in Houston, it's a surprise.
I'm
isn't it?
shocked. I didn't think he'd be a bust, but I was kind of waiting to see kind of what Bryce Young and the Panthers were going to do. And I was like, Texans are kind of just like, they'll be fine, a little bit of a step, maybe 4 or 5
Didn't think
wins.
they were going to outdo them totally.
Yeah, now they're like, I mean, Jaguars still own that division, but they're not like that far back. And they're, I mean, fun to watch. And that's what Houston wants.
That might be our Jacksonville scare right there.
Oh,
if there's going to be one down there.
Yeah, it could be.
The biggest scare, like you said, is Buffalo right now on those bets, I think.
God. Well, the fact is, I think they're going to come back and figure it out. The problem is they're back, I think, a game and a half of Miami, and Miami could win the damn division themselves. So that's what's hard about it. And Buffalo's schedule is really tough going to the end of the year. So,
what about the West? Frisco. What if Frisco loses to the Jags this weekend and they lose 4 in a row? Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous, but I mean,
because Seattle shit the bed last week.
Yeah,
that
was
helped.
Big
You said
for
that
them.
helped.
It was
yeah.
massive because now they're tied and they basically kind of control their destiny still. So I think if they should bounce back this week, I think the Niners will be a great bet. Just because they have to win. They can't lose 4 in a row. They're just in a weird spot. I also wonder if Purdy is like hitting a wall. Like, are we finally seeing the Purdy downslide? Like,
he's human all of a sudden.
He's human. Like, there's injuries, and all of a sudden, like, he's just not the same guy. Like, it's not just him.
They're down Samuel, though.
Samuel and Trent Williams was out, and McCaffrey was banged up. So, like, I get it. It's just he hasn't looked like the guy that he's looked like for the last year and a half.
Does Samuel make him look that good, though?
And, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's, he's been on an insane run as a 7th round pick and like hadn't lost a game until this year. Now he's lost 3 in a row. There's panic mode, but like if he plays his game, he'll be fine. But hopefully he hasn't lost it because they sent Trey Lance off. Like, I'm not trying to get Mr. Hot Take here. Like, Purdy's got the job. It's just, God, man, they looked unstoppable, and all of a sudden they just look like a completely different team.
I mean, I'm kind of a guy that jumps on the bandwagon a lot of times, but remember when a couple of years ago, and we got a clip of this, we were talking about somebody's pass and it goes like this, and it's not drilled. Purdy's pass does that. He drops them in, man.
Yeah, he does.
He drops them in the bucket, and he drops them in the bucket. A lot of quarterbacks drop them in the bucket when they're going over the shoulder.
Yeah,
Purdy drops them in the bucket when he's throwing a 10-yarder. So.
Yeah, I know. Well, also he's got the best safety net in the NFL. I mean, McCaffrey's the greatest guy to dump the ball off to and create something. He's their entire offense, but he's still got to make things happen. I don't know. This is a big week for them.
That's what I was thinking when I was looking at that game just now. I said, look, Jacksonville's got a great defensive front against the run, but if anybody can crack that shit, it's McCaffrey.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We'll see what happens. You guys are welcome to call in from the50.com. I'll answer a couple more questions here, and we'll probably jump off. It's been a good show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you missed any of the program, you can watch the full broadcast later on YouTube. It's from the50.com. All of our links on there, and also the podcast feed from the 50 on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to us as well. We're live on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. This week we're combining both weekly shows, and then Sunday I'll be gone, but we'll have I think everybody else will be live on the show, so you can tune in on Sunday. Let's see. Devontae Adams for Breece Hall and Mike Evans. Who wins the trade? It's from Zeno is too cool. I will probably say that the winner at the moment is Breece Hall and Mike Evans trade, but I think Devontae is going to make a big step back with O'Connell in there, the new coaching staff. I feel like they're wanting to play better. The Raiders look great. 9-0 on my locks. I just had a feeling last week on the Raiders. But to me, I think he'll bounce back at some point. So
they have a pissed off fan base too. I mean, they got to start going to the multi-million-dollar guys so the fans don't get totally pissed over there.
That's the way it is. And also, I mean, he was kind of pissed, I believe, too. I mean, he came there to play with Carr. I mean, and then like his old college quarterback, and they did the whole Jimmy G experiment. Now, hopefully, O'Connell can give them a little bit of a surge. I don't know.
There's nothing worse when you got talent out there and you get a quarterback can't get him the goddamn football.
Yeah,
that's those guys got to be so frustrated. We're frustrated as fans. Just think how they are.
Yeah, 100%. Did you hear that rumor? I don't know if it was officially. It was reported by Jay Glazer. He's on Fox NFL like Sunday or whatever, and I don't know if it was confirmed or whatever. But what I heard that Glazer said that when I think it was the last team meeting before McDaniels got fired, and all the players were like bitching and like giving out all their grievances like about McDaniels like in front of him and like all the shit going on. and he basically asked Antonio Pierce, who is now the interim head coach, can you kind of talk to them and let them know we're good here and like kind of get them riled up and whatever. And he basically did a whole speech about how he was on that Giants team that beat the undefeated Patriots team in the Super Bowl in 2007. A team that McDaniels was the offensive coordinator for. So after he was done, apparently, he goes up to Pierce and says, don't you ever talk about the Patriots like that again. He says that to him. So all the team's all fired up, and McDaniels goes, don't you ever talk about the Patriots like that again. It got up to Mark Davis. Mark Davis says, see you later, Josh, and that was it.
Wow.
According to Jake Glazer, I don't know if that got confirmed, but that's what I've been reading. So there's apparently a lot of turmoil going on in the coaching staff, like the whole team, and they're like, "Yeah, you're gone, dude." Like that was it. So pretty wild.
Yeah.
Let's see a few more. CMC for Tyreek. That's from Kyle. Wow. I mean, you got the top running back in fantasy, and you got top receiver pretty much. It depends what you need, man. If you have enough running backs, you can take a shot at getting Tyreek.
They're both touchdown scorers.
You're good either way. I think as far as health reasons, I think Tyreek will stay healthier than McCaffrey most of the time if you're trying to not be too risky, but you can't go wrong either way.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, that's it.
There was a tidbit I heard today, too. So remember, and here we are again with Wilson again, Zach Wilson again. But Wilson, when he was doing really bad, like 2 years ago, wasn't there a guy like Mike White was like a backup quarterback? Okay, so did you know
last year?
Did you know that the team all wore Mike White T-shirts in the locker room
Last year?
Yes.
Really?
So you want to talk about dissension and the fact that they don't like this fuck nut? Look at that! Look at that! They wore that. They wore that last year, and now they expect this guy to still lead the team. What is wrong with the Jets?
Yo, that dude, big mad, fella.
So that's the thing is they actually, I feel like, got more respect for Zach Wilson after. I mean, listen, everybody can hate on Zach Wilson. Like, he ain't the guy. He knows he's not the guy. The whole fucking franchise knows he's not the guy that went out and got Aaron Rodgers.
I know he's not the guy.
And it's not his fault that Aaron Rodgers destroyed his Achilles in 3 plays. So what are you going to do? I mean, it's your job now. You go out and play the best you can.
Played a third string guy.
The dude's not a top quarterback, and basically he's been trying. He's playing his ass off. He's just not good. So I get it, but it's like I don't think it's the guy's fault. He's just not good. He's just not. He's fine.
I am 1,200 miles from that town, and I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
You know?
You sound like it. You are.
What a football team. They built that football team around Rodgers, and Rodgers is not there.
He's throwing some passes on the sideline right now. He's looking all right.
But it's going to be the whole year. He's not going to come back till Christmas.
Week 10. What is it? Week 10 right now. Week 12, week 13, they said maybe.
You think so?
He's throwing. He's kind of jogging on it, I think. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do. If they're out of it, then they're not going to worry about it.
It's a what is it? A torn Achilles?
It was I guess torn Achilles. Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing was. As bad as you can get it, I believe. Same thing Kirk did. Brooks wants an answer on some fantasy thing.
Sorry, Brooks. Let's go.
Stevenson or Pacheco this week? That's from Brooks.
Who's Stevenson playing?
I don't know who the Patriots are playing, but he broke, I think, a 70-yard touchdown run last week. That was pretty good for the fantasy team. But
playing the Colts at home.
They're just inconsistent. He's just always inconsistent. I'd probably go Pacheco as your safer play. That's just my opinion. So, not just for this week, for all weeks going forward.
Man. Kansas City isn't even playing, are they?
I don't know if they're on bye or not. I don't think they are.
I think they might be on bye.
For the whole season, I'd still stay with Pacheco, probably. I think you got more upside there. That's just my opinion. Let's see. Dell or Hubbard, that's from Jonah. I don't know what Hubbard did last week. I'll be honest, I haven't seen a snap from the Carolina Panthers in a long time. I don't think they even played last week. I think they had a bye week.
They did have a bye.
But regardless, I haven't seen Chuba Hubbard take one snap this year. I don't know the situation there, so I can't really answer that question.
Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, Rams are off this week.
Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, Rams. Wow, that's a lot of big teams there.
Yeah.
Lions are back. That'll be a good one. Lions and Chargers. That'll be good. All right, we got Big Web's parlay in. Any last minute thoughts, Big Web, before we wrap this up?
Yeah, it's time for a winner. Let's go. Let's get the big win. Don't lose faith. Let's go. Keep watching. Keep winning. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. This is From the 50. You can find all of our links online at FromThe50.com. We did a little combo show today, From the 50 Fantasy Chat and Weber Wednesdays. So if you missed any of the show, you can go to YouTube and check it out, or you can listen on our podcast feed. Again, all the links can be found on FromThe50.com. Shout out to our sponsors, Sharps with a Z and Parlay Play. Go check them out online, FromThe50.com. Appreciate you supporting the sponsors. I will not be in on Sunday. We'll have Zook running the show with Big Web in studio. Nick will be remote. I might join in at some point, and that's what we're going to do. All right. Have a great rest of your night, rest of your week. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck in Week 10. See ya.